I didn't even realize it was recording until like 5 minutes ago. Anyways, so today we're gonna be talking about AI stuff again because, well, anyways, this is my co-host. Hi, Adara. That's Adara. And these is bananas. Yep, that's bananas. Those are head. You know what this shit is. Anyways, so I was going through my files and suddenly I came across this image of hold on a second. Pretty sure I saved it in here. Where the hell is it? So a long time ago, I came across this short on YouTube of these two guys on a podcast. And I have no idea what the podcast was called, nor do I remember the names of the guys attending it, but... Oh, come on. No, it's not in there. God damn it. Ah, here it is. This is Zakek, the Almighty. Okay, let me explain. So, the YouTube short was of these two guys on a podcast reacting to this AI-generated image of the alphabet. And, the results were pretty hilarious, but one of the images, one part of the image, was this fucking dinosaur skull with the word Zakak underneath it. I remember one of the guys saying, Zakak the Almighty. I just loved imagining that this, for some reason, would be like some kind of demon or a deity worshipped by aliens. Like, imagine if, like, just a random dinosaur skull just happened upon some random alien planet, and since there's no other skulls like it, they think that it's like a gift from the gods, or it's like a sign that there are, like, there's like a higher power out there or something. But anyways, at the time, I thought this was hilarious. I still kind of do, because it's a fucking dinosaur skull. Praise be to Zakek the Almighty. Yeah, but anyways, so like a little while ago, I started like thinking more about just. Okay, what I think is really funny about this is that some dipshit out there thought, hey, what if I had ChatGPT or like whatever AI thing he used at the time? Well, what if I used like ChatGPT to make the alphabet? That might be cool. And they did, and they made like. Okay, I wish I could show you the short right now, but like it. I don't know. It's probably. I don't know if it's just. I don't know if it's gone or if. But anyways. I wish I could show you the short right now. If you could actually see how stupid the image looked as a whole. Like this is nothing compared to everything else. There was a fucking moon next to the letter N for noon. There was D for elephant. I think there was like two Z's. Actually, I don't think there even was a Z if I remember correctly. There was like a bunch of other ones I can't think of. I think there was also D for dolphin, D for elephant, a bunch of other silly shit. But anyways, where was I? Okay, so it's just funny how I just took this random screenshot of like a little AI generated image, and I turned it into some. Well, I imagined like something weird and interesting for it. Like a dinosaur skull gets shot into space, some aliens find it, and now they worship it like it's a fragment of their god, Whoever the hell generated that image never would have thought of that in like a million years. And you know what I think is also kind of like pathetic? The people who call themselves like AI artists or like generative artists or whatever, or as I like to call them, groktards or prompt goblins, or something like that. Okay, like you're taking credit for something a fucking robot made. Meanwhile, you just sat on your ass and typed in a few words saying, generate an image of like a guy, but if he was like a hot dog, and then then there's like people who try to have, because like. Okay. That's kind of why whenever I post my art anywhere, I always leave like this little disclaimer that says this artwork was created without the interference of AI. All flaws and imperfections are entirely organic. I actually kind of got that. I actually got that from this YouTube poop that Jimmy Davis made. It was of this. It was of this like hilarious YouTube poop of like Uncle Duck. You guys ever heard of Uncle Duck? It's this dumb pilot that Butch Hartman. That's it. You guys ever heard of Butch Hartman? You know the Fairly Odd Parents guy. Now, okay, when the pilot first came out, like pretty much everybody thought it was dumb. It was like 40 seconds long. It was about these fucking cartoon ducks just doing random shit. Um, and like yeah, understandably, everybody thought it was pretty lame. But then there was some people who shat on it like it was a bane of humanity or something. And I'm like, okay, like Jesus, man. I mean, yeah, it's a mediocre fucking cartoon, but Jesus, I think some of it just came from how much some people just fucking hate Butch Hartman, and like for me, yeah, the guy sucks. But like, with or without the controversy, the pilot is just kind of mediocre, you know. Um, and I mean, I guess I can see why some people think it would have potential, but I think the main reason some people kind of thought it was funny because it was very memeable. You know, people could make some pretty good YouTube poops from it. I know Jimmy Davis definitely did, but anyways, let's get back to that disclaimer. You know, this video was made without the interference of AI. All flaws and imperfections are entirely organic. Okay, pay attention to that last part. All flaws and imperfections are entirely organic. That's that's how art should be. All flaws and imperfections are entirely organic, you know? Just like how people are organic in spite of their imperfections. I mean a lot of things are organic, but you know what I meant, you know? Cuz like let's take Adara here for example. Now, okay, obviously Adara here ain't perfect, you know? Um I actually can't think of any real flaws, but like, most likely she was made in like a 3D printer. Um, but anyways, look, I mean, sure, she ain't perfect, but I still like her. I still like the fact that a person took the time to make her. You know, somebody purchased the. Well, I mean, I got her from like a gas station, so I'm not really sure who or what made her. Um, but I mean, at least a fucking robot didn't make that, you know. At least it's something I can touch, something I can. I even gave her a little name, you know, so she has character. She's also kind of a little bitch. Like you can't hear her when she talks, but she says some mean stuff to me sometimes. But anyways, yeah, that's how art and that's how media should be. It's that. I mean, yeah, not all things made by humans are great. I mean, I know there's lots of like brain rot stuff out there, but at least before all this generative AI shit came along, at least that stuff was made by people, you know? I mean, it still sucks that some of that like exists. Like, um, I can't think of any like stupid stuff off the top of my. Well, okay, there's like, I guess there's like Disney. I was gonna say Disney's live action remakes, but I feel like, I mean, you never know if they're using AI for some of those. I'm just saying, but then there's okay. Obviously, there's like some irredeemably bad movies out there. That's some that I'm getting off track. I'm just saying, like, at the very least, if at least they're made by people, you know, and at least there's some people who like have some faith in it. So there's hearts and minds put into it regardless. I'm not saying that makes them exempt from criticism or anything. I'm not saying everybody should be making slop because hey, at least it's made by people, right? I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying, like, the next time you see like some cruddy doodle on DeviantArt or whatever, it just look like a like a shitty doodle of a turtle or something. Um, okay, the first thing that comes to mind should be, yeah, I don't like this, and then you just move on. Or you could say, okay. So back then, it would have gone like this. You come across a really shitty doodle on DeviantArt, and you're thinking, ugh, yeah, this sucks, and you just move on. But nowadays, when people come across that, they're thinking, you know what? At least this wasn't made with ChatGPT, you know? Because you know that a real person made that. Or hell, maybe some kid drew that and uploaded it. So, and you're not gonna shit on some artwork made by a kid, are you? But you would if it was like, because I swear, every fucking time I see, whenever I go to like the homepage on DeviantArt and I see anything AI generated, I immediately go to that artist's like profile and I block them immediately. I It's just so I don't see any of their stuff there anymore. And like, okay, I know not all art platforms have like AI stuff, because I know when I go on like on Newgrounds, it's nothing but stuff made by people, you know? It's nothing but that. I but like there's also this other place what the hell is it called? I think it's called, it used to be called Purely Human XYZ, but I think they changed the name to Ungenerated, you know, as in not AI generated, you know? Actually, I'm gonna look that up for you real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I actually made an account on there like back in January. Ah, boy. Okay, hold on. Autofill. What the fuck? Why does it not? God. Hold on a second. Just. All right. Here's my profile, and yeah, well, you know, the website is still kind of in beta, so it's a little clunky here and there. It's a little slow. But, you know, at least it was made by people. And at least it was made with the intention to never, ever, ever condone anybody posting with, you know, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's either Kevin or Fred. It's just two cats we have. I mean, I call them Lauren Lion Cheesebridge, but everybody else calls them Kevin or Fred. Um, they're in the bathroom right now. Why are they in there? Well, it's you've probably met Fiona, right? I think you've seen. She's the little like black and white cat, the very little one. And well, she's been in the heat recently, so you know, I locked up those horny bastards in the bathroom until further notice. You know, and orders from my aunt, mind you. You know, I, and they have food and water in there, and if they have a little accident in there, I'll clean it up. I've done it before. Anyways, with that out of the way, so back to this. Okay, there's also this, oh, not gonna let you look at my passwords. Anyways, yeah, it's called ungenerated .io. If you want to make an account on there, cool, too, then, you know, you can support them, too. Because, like, anyways, so have you guys ever heard of Tansau or Tansu? I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his name, but I know he makes a lot of good stuff on. I know he makes a lot of good stuff. He's on DeviantArt, Newgrounds, Twitter, a bunch of other places, and you know, he makes a lot of like good art of like, you know, of like curvy furries, and I like curvy furries. All right, I don't care what that makes me. I don't care. But anyways, yeah, they make a lot of good stuff. It's not just curvy furry chicks. You know, a lot of it is like genuinely gorgeous stuff. You know, like kind of like this one right here. Oh, no, thank you. I mean, look at that. That's pretty badass, isn't it? Yeah, but anyways, there's this one thing that Tansu does from time to time. He calls them naturalizations. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what the heck is that? Well, that brings us back to our AI discussion. This one is called Heat Cat, mind the curves. And look at this here. Haven't redrawn a picture from an AI image in a while. Okay, so okay. So that's what naturalizations are. Basically, Tansu here will take a random AI generated image and try to make it his own. You know, he redrew this, you know, just for the hell of it. And that's cool and all, but hold on. Let me show you something. Now here's the thing. He's not pro AI or anything. Obviously not. But here's the thing. Hold on. Here's another one. I don't think I'm able to show you this one because it's a bit suggestive, and you know how much YouTube hates that. So, it's called Phoenix Dance, an animation based on an AI image I generated a while ago. Okay, so there's the problem. I mean, it's nice that he's making something inspired by the artwork. I remember Fury Fossil, this other artist I know. I remember Fury Fossil said something that like, where AI is only good for like, generating weird memes or, if you just happen to find an AI generated thing, then you could just make something cool inspired by it for one reason or another. Kind of like I did with the image of the fucking like dinosaur skull thing. Like Zakak here. Um, but I didn't make that image. At the very least, I did not make that image. So I'm not. Okay, the point is, like, you're just making yourself part of the problem, sort of. Like, okay, you had good intentions. Like, maybe Tanso doesn't really know here, but from what I've heard, I don't know about you, but, like, from what I've heard, most AI softwares, let's see, they require like a lot of water. They require a shitload of energy. They use like they steal people's fucking data. They do training. They train on like other people's artwork, and it's basically stealing. It's basically stealing. And okay, you might argue, well, people, well, there's no such thing as an original idea. I mean, people take inspiration from other people's artwork and, and make things inspired by that all the time. Okay, that's completely different, you know? And that's completely different. And you remember the last time I talked about AI where somebody literally took one of Frost. Okay, there's my friend Frostbite. I don't know if I've mentioned him before, but Frostbite makes some really good artwork of like I know he really likes to draw like sea animals or animals in general. There's this one drawing he made of a Leviathan whale fighting a giant squid or kraken or whatever, and somebody fucking stole that, put it through like an AI filter, and made it look like complete fucking garbage. And Frost was justifiably enraged from that. And yeah, because like I said, it's fucking stealing. And not to mention, on like Twitter, people will use Grok to alter like any. They'll like use Grok to alter whatever like artwork you post or whatever images you post without your consent. So in a way, it's like non-consensual training. It's fucking stealing. But anyways, back to Tansu. Now, I'm not saying he's like committing crimes against humanity here. Maybe he just doesn't know. But like, okay, it's nice that he's making something inspired by the AI generated stuff, but if he's still generating the stuff from time to time, then that's just like feeding the machine. That's still fucking things up. Like that just means you're kind of making yourself part of the problem at that point. I'm not saying this is all he does. I think he only does these naturalization things like, I don't know, he doesn't do them like super often. So it's nice to know his stuff isn't like completely AI based, but it's again, like, why bother? Just why bother? At the very least, like, just find like a random AI image on Google or whatever. Don't generate one, just find one and make that better. Make something inspired by that. Don't like purposefully generate something first, because then you're still fucking things up. You're still feeding the machine. That'd be like you're trying to find a cure for cancer, but instead of actually, like, I don't know, I don't really know how cancer research works, but like, instead of finding alternatives for like chemotherapy, or like finding ways to like weaken the virus, or finding ways to make people's immunity systems stronger, you're just sitting on your ass, and you're just all you're doing is just poking and prodding at the virus all day and pissing it off. I don't really know how cancer research works. Bad example. Bad example. Um, I guess it's kind of like, okay, I think I got an idea. Okay. Here's another analogy, another example. Let's say that you're like a farmer or something. You're trying to grow bananas or something. All of a sudden, there's these bugs coming out of nowhere and eating all the bananas. They're fucking up all the crops and everything. They're messing with your garden. So what do you do to counteract this? Well, well, okay, so you and your stupid brain think, oh, what if I just feed the bugs something else and then they'll go away? No, the bugs are still gonna keep coming back because you keep feeding them. You're not, you keep fucking feeding them. Oh, well, if I feed them something else and I just keep working on my bananas, then, but you're still wasting resources and food and your time, and you're still fucking feeding the bugs, just like you're feeding the bots here with the bidding. Ugh. I don't know, man. But like, whatever. Regardless, I like Kansu, but I really hope he stops. Like, I just hope he stops that. Again, it's nice that he makes stuff inspired by it, but just don't like actually generate the image in the first place. Just don't, because you're just. I've said it like a million times already. You get the point. You get the point. hmm. Um. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Uh, Sorry for being all ranty. Um. Anyways, yeah. Goodbye.